Alright, time for homework to 22. We're just solving 4 systems of equations, okay? And for each one you're supposed to, choose your method, and then state why you chose the method. That's your, justification, choosing why you would do that. Okay, this one, I already have y equals -5. I'm just going to plug that into this equation here and find out what x is. So that is called substitution. You take what y is and you plug it in for y. So I'm going to take my second equation there and I'm going to plug in what y is, which is -5. And then you, alright, do the multiplication, get x by itself. So you got 6x. 8 times -5 is -40. And you got -22 on the right side. We gotta get rid of the 40, and we gotta get rid of the 6. And I got interrupted by a horribly rude phone call. Anyway, we'll get back to this. So this last one here, I'm trying to get x by itself. So don't get rid of the 6 yet. Get rid of the subtract 40 by adding 40 to both sides. So if you got -22 and you're adding 40, that's like 40 minus 22. So on the left side we still have 6x. 40 minus 22 is going to give us 18. Right? You have to borrow, and then you get 8, and 3 minus 2 gets you 1. Anyway, it's 18. Divide by the 6, and you get x equals 3. Okay, now we know what x is. We already know what y is, so we're actually done. We're at 3, -5 for our solution. The point is 3, -5. And we'll move on to 2. Okay, on this one, there are a few things you can do. You can go for elimination, or you can go for substitution on this one. If we were to get this x that's kind of close to being by itself, we can then plug it in to this guy here, and that'd be the substitution. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do elimination. So I notice here, those coefficients are really similar, being that if you do 6 times 2, you get 12. So if I take my bottom equation and I multiply everything by 2, those would match up, the -6 and the -12. And if I multiply the bottom one by -2, this is going to be +12, and then this top one be -12. So if I add those together, they're going to disappear. So for the justification, I would say it's elimination, because the bottom one can easily, the y coefficients can easily match up. Okay, so I'm going to multiply the entire bottom by -2. And you have to distribute that to every term inside there. So -2 times x, times -x gives you +2x. -2 times -6y is +12y. And -2 times 4 gives you -8. Okay? Now we're at this point. I just add those equations together. So remember, this middle one's not there anymore. We're just going to deal with this top equation and this bottom one, our brand new one. You're just going to add them straight down. You got 6x plus 2x gives you 8x. And the -12y plus 12y gives you 0y. So don't really worry about the y stuff. And you got 24 plus -8, which is going to give you 16. So now we're 8x equals 16, divided by the 8 to get x by itself. So x is 2. Awesome. So now that's done, we can just plug it into one of our equations to figure out what y is. I'm going to plug this into that bottom equation that we've already done some work with. So instead of 2x, we're going to have 2 parentheses c2 plus 12y equals -8, not -1, -8. So the 2 times 2 becomes 4, and we still got the 12y equals -8. Why am I doing y's? Okay, -8. So I have to get my y by itself. So get rid of the 4 by subtracting 4 from both sides. And we're going to get 12y equals -12. So if we were to divide, here, let me rewrite up here. So we got 12y equals -12. If we divide both sides by 12, we're going to get y by itself. And we find out that y is negative 1, because negative 12 divided by positive 12 is negative 1. So we get the point 2, negative 1, and 2 is done.